Hello. Let's get started. Here's NASDAQ futures on the hourly. Here's my downward trend line on the RSI. We haven't broken it. We've made higher high with lower RSI. And as long as we don't break this, I expect us to roll over. We could make another high and still not break this. That's fine. But yeah, I'm expecting this to be topping here. In a topping process. When it starts dropping quickly, I don't know. But this does not stay up like that for long. And in fact, I think it's a flat. And I think this is going to come down and make new lows. But we'll take it one day at a time. For now, we'll just see where it goes here. I expect it, like I said, I don't expect the accelerated selling to start until it breaks this trend line. Then I think we'll drop, and then I think we'll bounce here, and then I think we'll drop quicker after that. The market is going to take a little bit to unwind, I think. Here's the VIX. The VIX is opposite of the NASDAQ. The VIX wants to break out here. You can see your bullish divergence here on the 4-hour. This is lower than this, and your RSI is higher down here. So I expect to get a pop in VIX up to about 2230 or so. And it's all because of this guy. Oil. We will break this. We will. Trust me. Just give it time. And maybe not a lot. Yeah, on our way up. Should push 97 or 98. And that's what I would be looking at today. That would be a big shock to the market, I think. How resilient oil is at these levels. All right, let's go. Let's look at the cues here. Again, we haven't broken the 5-day moving average. So technically, this is still squeezing, which is why I say it can still go up, but it is ending here. Yeah, once it breaks this 5 MA, it should come down quickly to about 606 would be your first real stop, I think. Your upper limit, I mean, you could have a huge move because you can still squeeze up here. I mean, you could get 650, 660, but I don't think, just my personal thoughts, I don't think you will. I think we topped here at 650.20. I think we're just going to, well, we might break that. But I think we've topped in this range, the 650 range. I think if we break that, it's just to close the gap and then drop. Because that was done outside market hours. But then we bottomed outside market hours too. So who knows? The way these markets work nowadays is, I would say odd, but it's just, yeah. manipulated. You used to not see this very often. Big moves outside market. They used to make the moves outside of market hours, but then they would never, like, that wouldn't have lasted. Usually we'd have pushed up and then closed that gap. It's strange to leave gaps. Here's your oil. Again, I expect this to go up. And the dollar, I expect to climb. The dollar, and here's the thing with the market, why the market, well, let me put it this way. The market still could go up. It could still keep squeezing up. And the reason why it would do that is if the dollar collapsed. And that would be bad because it would just be inflation. It would be a complete inflation play. And gold and silver would rally if that happened. And I have gold and silver dropping. Here's gold. I actually think gold starts to roll over here. And same with silver. Because I think the dollar gets strength. The new Fed speaker yesterday said that he is not opposed to raising rates to defend the dollar. And he also said that he was he wasn't going to give as many signals to the market. He wasn't going to let the market know what he was thinking all the time, like past Fed chairs have. They've been pretty kind to the markets, letting them know their thoughts. He said he would be different. He would be able to change without giving them signals. I think his wording was forward guidance is, it's not overrated, but yeah, something to the effect of, I won't give forward guidance. Like, I'll just come to the meetings and tell you where we're at. And the market doesn't like that. The market likes certainty, likes to know. But and that was a total flip from earlier, because he was, everyone thought he was appointed to lower rates. But here he was speaking yesterday, talking about raising rates to keep inflation under control. And that they really need to. I mean, let's be honest. But that's going to be, damaging for a lot of things, which is why the market's probably going down. I suspect it's going down. But anyways, here we go. $9 count should be turning around. Yep, I expect us to start pushing up. Now let's look at some stocks. Let's see. Let's look at some oil first. Here's one I'm in, high peak. These oil, I believe, mostly bottomed here and should begin a push up. Hopefully new highs. I think we at least hit like here, 650. But I think we get new highs out of these. Phillips. Here's a runner I haven't seen for a while. Oh, this looks like it's probably going to pop again. And this will probably explode. It'll probably get to that 760 range. Ooh. Yeah. See how Bohr's doing. Turning over, turning up. I shouldn't say turning over, turning up. Looks good. Here's my favorites. These are South American, and they've had big runs. So the trick here on the weekly, I mean, these have a long way to go here. But in the short term, these have had a huge run. And on this next spike again, I mean, they're going to have a massive pullback when this is done. The only problem is I don't know when this is going to be done. But I'm expecting these South American oil companies to explode here. Here's a natural gas I do not recommend buying. It's a tax nightmare. I just look at it to see where natural gas is going. All right, rig. Looking good, have divergence, so hopefully this is bottomed and we can start going up again. Same with Indo. I like Indo here for a move. At least up to 415 or so. But really, I expect a bigger move. I expect us to 640, hopefully over 988. Hopefully. We'll see how this oil push goes. If oil pushes over 150 like it can, then this will definitely be breaking 980. It all depends on how oil goes. I think oil's bottomed, so now it's just a matter of how high it goes this run. Valco Energy, big move. Again, looks great. Getting ready for another move after possibly a small pullback. Peabody, I'm in here. Yeah, I think these are all bottomed and turning around. WTI, yep, that looks good. Looks to start pushing up. Cosmo, same. Nove, same. All right. Schlumberger, that should start pushing along with Baker Hughes and Halliburton. Those all look good. Because the OIH should look good. Yeah. Yes, it does. Okay, XLE energy. Looks like we're breaking out. Perfect. PXE, this is a smaller version of XOP. By smaller, I just mean cheaper. Let's look at Oxy. Oxy looking like it broke out also. So I think oil's breaking out and running. I want to see UUU. I'm short this just for a short time because overall this is the sector that I want to be in. It's just right now, I think it has another drop coming. And this is an oil play because everyone is going to look for oil alternatives, and nuclear is going to be the top choice because of its efficiency. The problem is the materials are hard to get. Lots of rare earths. So that's going to put a lot of pressure on these companies. But this is the future. That's going to be the build out. That's the power of the future. Okay, with gold and silver dropping, in my opinion, I think the miners will drop also. Yeah, look at that ugly candle. Here's your GDX. I think you come down. I actually think you make a lower low here, but we'll see. And that would go for SILJ as well. Yeah, similar chart. I'm short a few miners, and short, that just means I sold calls and then bought puts on my own stock. That's how I short. I'm in Ottertail, looking for this to break out. Same with Hawaiian Electric, although that looks like it may be breaking down. We'll see how this acts tomorrow. I came in here because I wanted to look at Hallador, because I believe that has bottomed. Yeah, there's your divergence. I think this is getting ready to run again. Potash, here's your Brazilian grow. Should be starting to turn up again. Oy. I have to see how that opens. That's interesting. Huntsman looks good. Here's why I wanted to look at this. IPI looks like we've bottomed and should be turning over. Again, blue is wheat, yellow is corn, and those are both futures and ETFs that I hold. Oh, yeah, look at that. That is getting ready to go. Ditto. Look at that. Your Bollingers are pinching. Your RSI is breaking out, has broken out. Yeah, food is going to be very expensive. But there's IPI. This is one of my favorites. Because of this massive run. And then we held the low. So I'm expecting another massive run out of this. And I think we're just getting started. Again, I like the Mosaic, but not as much as I like IPI. I also hold LXU. Again, I don't like them as much as IPI, but diversifying within a sector. All right. I don't know if it's on my short list, but I am short a few stocks. And I am looking to short this today. Look at that. I mean, that's crazy. 3 weeks in a row out of the Bollinger. Again, I'm just looking today. That doesn't mean I will, but I'm starting to look at that as a short opportunity. Okay. Let's go back to the cues just to close it out. See where we're going. Okay, what we want to watch for here is right there. About 650, 649.70, somewhere right in there. That's going to be resistance. If it can break it, then we can get up into mid 650s. Again, higher high and lower on the RSI. And it's all about oil. All about what this does. All right. I guess I am still short this. This hasn't had. Oh, it did end up down. It was up today, but yeah, I'm still short this. Short at upper 90s. Got your bounce off the 200, but I think you turned down again. Maybe I should look at coffee because I also have holdings in coffee. This should go up with corn and wheat. Yeah, I think it's just getting around to it. Okay. Let's look at qubits because I'm also short that. Down 6%. Perfect. We hit that 200 and then reversed off of it. Perfect. Excellent. Okay. See how we shot up, hit that 200, and then I started shorting it again. So there we are. One last look. Again, watching 649.70 right in there. See if it can flip that or not. And overall, I like energy for this push and some other individual tickers. But it's a volatile market out there. So be wise, be safe, be bold. And as always, good luck.